I didn't set out to make history. I was just kicking the ball the only way I knew how. I did not know it was going to change the kicking game in American football. I was just happy to have freedom in America. I was just 8 years old when my family was told that the area we were living in was becoming a battlefield. The Germans said they were relocating us for our safety. Of course, that was a lie. They loaded us up into these boxcars, and we didn't know where we were going. They opened up the boxcars a couple of days later, and we were in Austria. And that's where they took us to this Nazi labor camp there.
In those work camps, he experienced some real atrocities.
The camp conditions were just totally inhumane. It's just incomprehensible to think in terms of how bad those people were treated and what was done to them.
If the Americans hadn't liberated us in 1945, I am not sure how much longer we would have survived. Who would have thought that just 11 years later, I would be able to play football at the University of Texas and be able to do something that had never been done before?
Fred was the very first young man to kick a soccer-style field goal in a football game.
He kicked it and made it. It was certainly football history.
It absolutely changed the game of football.
There was no one else that ever had kicked soccer style before. Most of us just kind of stood around and watched with amazement. We had never seen anybody kick the side of their foot. There must be something wrong with that guy. You know, normal people don't kick that way.
I think the reason that he did not get the publicity was not because of Fred, but because Eastern teams and Midwestern teams got so much more publicity than the University of Texas did. But facts are facts. And I think the fact that Fred was the first should be recognized in today's football world.
A man who had been incarcerated by a foreign powers military comes to the United States, came to University of Texas as a walk-on in the 50s. Just tells you a lot about his confidence in God for sure. But I will also tell you, if you were to ask Fred, you know, what afforded that opportunity, he'd say there's no country like America that gave him that chance.
Why is it a great country? It's free. It's in God's hands. I mean, but it's free. It's the greatest. There's no question about it. Nobody could tell me anything else. I mean, I've seen it.